As Dex delved deeper into the archives of the Nexus, he stumbled upon forgotten logs detailing the station's capabilities, including a navigation system that had long been dormant. His fingers flew across the holographic interfaces, reactivating systems that hummed to life after centuries of silence. The chamber lit up with ancient star maps and forgotten codes, revealing that the Nexus was not just a repository of knowledge, but a vessel capable of travel. With a determined glint in his eye, Dex input new coordinates into the system, selecting a location deep within uncharted space. The engines of the Nexus, powered by a technology far superior to anything currently known, began to hum, vibrating the structure down to its core. Slowly, the massive station shifted, cloaking mechanisms engaging to shield it from prying eyes and sensors. Within hours, the Nexus disappeared from its long-standing orbit, leaving behind only the scattered light of distant stars as a camouflage. Now, hidden in a nebula cloud teeming with cosmic energy, Dex felt a surge of triumph. Here, surrounded by dust and gas that could mask the station's signature from all but the most detailed scans, he could work undisturbed. The vast chamber around him echoed with the power of the engines, a reminder of the incredible technology at his fingertips. With the Nexus secured in its new location, Dex turned his attention to exploring its depths. He traversed through corridors lined with artifacts and weaponry, each piece holding secrets of warfare and defense mechanisms that had been lost to time. As he cataloged and interacted with each weapon, integrating their interfaces with his suit, he felt a connection to the station's ancient creators. They, too, had understood the value of power and protection. The last room he entered was different. It was smaller, more intimate, and at its center lay a console different from the others. It was dedicated solely to defensive systems, detailing shields and countermeasures that could make the Nexus impervious to assault. Dex spent hours integrating these systems with his own suit, enhancing his personal defenses. As he exited the room, Dex felt different, more powerful and more prepared. The Nexus was no longer just a place of refuge. It was his fortress, armed and shielded by the echoes of a civilization long gone but not forgotten. He wasn't just going to find his way back to civilization. He was preparing to emerge as a force to be reckoned with, ready to destroy those who deserved it and protect those who needed him on his terms. In the quiet solitude of the Nexus, Dex found himself surrounded by more than just silence. He was enveloped by potential. The weapons room of the Nexus was a treasure trove of advanced, alien technology, each piece more intriguing than the last. Dex moved through the rows of weaponry, each step echoing in the vast chamber, his hands brushing over alloys and armaments whose designs whispered of battles fought in distant galaxies and forgotten times. Today, he wasn't just looking, he was choosing. With meticulous care, Dex selected a variety of weapons: laser rifles with customizable optics, plasma blasters that hummed with contained fury, and gravity grenades that could alter the very fabric of space around them. Each weapon was a masterpiece of engineering, and under Dex's skilled hands, they were about to become even more lethal. He brought his selections to a workbench illuminated by the soft blue light of the Nexus's core. Here, under the gaze of the ancient station, Dex began the methodical process of modification. His goal was clear: adapt the alien technology to fit human needs and his personal combat style. As he worked, his HUD displayed schematics and data, interfaces of the Nexus seamlessly integrating with his suit to provide real-time analytics. Adjustments were made with precision: ergonomic handles reshaped, firing mechanisms recalibrated, energy outputs boosted. Every modification not only enhanced the weapons, but also customized them to respond to Dex's neural commands, creating a lethal extension of his own instincts. Once the modifications were complete, Dex moved to the next phase: integration and testing. The Nexus's training chamber adapted to his requirements, morphing into a simulation environment that could replicate any battle scenario he envisioned. Dex stepped into the center, surrounded by holographic enemies and environmental obstacles. With each test run, Dex honed his skills with the new arsenal. Plasma blasters tore through simulated armor as laser rifles picked off distant targets with deadly accuracy. Gravity grenades warped the space around holographic foes, rendering them disoriented and vulnerable. Dex moved through the simulations like a shadow, his actions fluid and precise, an artist at work. Satisfied with the performance of his upgraded weaponry, Dex ended the simulations. The chamber fell silent once more, the only sounds the humming of the Nexus and the cooling down of his weapons. As he left the training area, his steps were measured, his mind already racing ahead. The new arsenal was not just a collection of tools, it was a declaration of his capabilities and intentions. As Dex stowed his weapons, each securely locked into the custom fittings of his suit, he felt a surge of confidence. He was no longer just a fugitive hiding in the shadows of space. He was a warrior, equipped and ready to reclaim his place in the galaxy, and perhaps to reshape it. With the Nexus as his fortress and its secrets as his shield, Dex was prepared to step out of the shadows. His enemies would soon learn that the hunter they had once pursued had now become the predator. Upgrading for Battle Dex's exploration of the Nexus had led him to an unexpected find, a concealed hangar housing a sleek alien spacecraft. The ship appeared dormant, enshrouded in the shadows of the hangar, its design sleek and predatory. It was a relic of the same ancient civilization that built the Nexus, and like the station itself, the ship was teeming with advanced technology waiting to be awakened. Dex approached the ship, his hand passing over the hull, feeling the cold metal warm to his touch as the ship's systems responded to his presence. It was as if the ship recognized him, or at least recognized that he was now the master of the Nexus. The onboard AI flickered to life, its interface projecting in the air before him, alien script slowly translating into a language he could understand. The AI introduced itself as Sentinel, a tactical combat AI designed to optimize the ship's systems during battle and assist with strategic maneuvers. Intrigued, Dex began to interact with Sentinel, quickly realizing the potential of having such a sophisticated AI integrated into his operations. He issued his first command, a full systems diagnostic, preparing to integrate Sentinel more deeply into his plans. As the ship powered up, revealing compartments filled with armaments and defensive mechanisms, Dex's attention turned back to his combat suit. If he was to pilot this ship effectively, he needed his suit to be more than just armor. It needed to be an extension of the ship itself. Back in his makeshift workshop, Dex laid out the components of his combat suit, each piece forged from Nexus technology. With Sentinel's help, he began to modify the suit, embedding it with microfibers and conduits that could interface directly with the ship's controls. The suit was enhanced with a responsive AI layer that could anticipate his moves, adjust his environment within the ship, and provide real-time combat analytics. The suit now featured an advanced neural link helmet that provided a 360-degree view of the battlefield, integrated directly into both the suit and Sentinel's systems. This setup allowed Dex to control the ship with mere thoughts, making man and machine a single, formidable entity. Each weapon in the suit was also upgraded to be compatible with the ship's weapon systems, allowing Dex to deploy ship armaments or his personal weapons interchangeably during battle. The suit's armor was enhanced with an energy dispersion field that could absorb impacts and redistribute the energy to boost speed or weapon power. With the modifications complete, Dex donned his new suit, feeling the power of the technology encase him. He stepped aboard the ship, now fully integrated with his combat suit, and took the pilot's seat. As he clasped the Neuralink helmet, the cockpit came alive with light and data, Sentinel's voice echoing softly in the background. "Welcome aboard, Commander Dex. All systems operational. Where shall we go today?" Dex smiled to himself, looking out at the stars through the viewport. "Everywhere," he replied, his voice steady with resolve. "We're going to make them all pay." With a new ship and a suit designed for battle, Dex was no longer just a fugitive or a survivor. He was a commander, a hunter, and soon a reckoner in the vast cosmos. Dex stood within the sleek cockpit of his newly integrated combat ship, surrounded by an array of advanced displays and controls that Sentinel, the ship's AI, managed with precision. The cockpit screens glowed with tactical maps, surveillance feeds, and profiles of his targets, each piece of information critical for the hunt ahead. His first target was Targan Ree, the elusive arms dealer connected to Dex's betrayer. Targan was a shadowy figure, operating a sprawling network across several systems, making him a challenging yet crucial target. Sentinel relayed Targan's recent transactions, known associates, and last known locations onto the holographic displays, sketching a detailed map of his operations. Enhance Sector G47, Dex commanded, his eyes locked on a bustling spaceport that appeared on the screen. The view zoomed in, revealing hangars, cargo areas, and an administrative office, Targon's operational hub. "That's where we strike," Dex murmured, his mind already mapping out the assault. Dex's preparation was meticulous, leveraging Sentinel's capabilities to their fullest. "Identify vulnerabilities," he ordered. The AI highlighted several strategic points: underguarded shifts, structural weak points, and areas with minimal surveillance, perfect for a stealth infiltration. With the strategy set, Dex opened a secure line to Lyra, a trusted ally and adept pilot. "Lyra, I need eyes on G47. Think you can handle it?" His tone was both a challenge and an invitation. Lyra's affirmative came quick, laden with excitement. "You got it, Dex. I'll get you what you need." As Lyra set out to gather real-time intelligence, Dex turned to the ship's armory. He meticulously selected his gear: stealth modules, high explosive charges, and a suite of customized weapons, all integrated within his combat suit. Each item was calibrated to his fighting style, now enhanced by the direct neural link with the ship. "Set course for G47. Engage stealth mode," Dex instructed Sentinel, settling into the pilot seat. The ship responded with a gentle hum, the engines firing silently as the cloaking device shrouded them from any detection. As they approached their target, the vastness of space around them seemed to condense into a singular point of focus. Dex reviewed the tactical layout one last time, a steely resolve hardening his features. "Targon won't even see us coming," he whispered into the quiet of the cockpit, a smirk touching his lips. The ship, a blade in the dark, sliced through space, carrying Dex not just towards a confrontation, but towards a reckoning defined on his own terms. Under the shroud of darkness and stealth technology, Dex's ship, a phantom in the void, approached the bustling spaceport in Sector G47. As the vessel hovered silently above Targon Ree's facility, Dex initiated the first phase of his plan. From his command center, he deployed a series of drones, their designs perfected in the depths of the Nexus. These drones slipped through the spaceport's defenses, scanning for security loopholes and mapping out the internal layout of the target facility. The HUD in Dex's helmet lit up with real-time data from the drones. "All clear. No anomalies," Sentinel confirmed, its voice calm and measured. With a nod, Dex activated his suit's cloaking mode and descended from the ship, landing softly on the metallic roof of the warehouse. Inside the facility, the battle commenced almost silently. Dex's first move was a calculated release of a nano-disruptor grenade, which disabled electronic surveillance without a sound. He moved like a shadow among the guards, his movements precise and lethal. His combat suit, now fully integrated with offensive capabilities from the Nexus, allowed him to blend perfectly with the shadows, his steps unheard. Each guard was neutralized with swift efficiency, some with silenced shots from his plasma pistol, others with quick, brutal precision using the energy blade that extended from his suit's gauntlet. As he moved through the facility, his suit's AI Sentinel fed him tactical updates, adapting to the unfolding situation in real time. Reaching the central control room, Dex encountered heavier resistance. A squad of armed guards, alerted to an intruder's presence, opened fire. The air filled with the zip of laser blasts. Dex rolled for cover, returning fire with his plasma rifle, its shots bright and deadly in the dimly lit room. The rifle, a modification from the Nexus's armory, had been adjusted for maximum damage, its plasma cartridges supercharged for such a confrontation. As the last guard fell, Dex approached the main console, his fingers flying over the holographic interface as he downloaded everything: shipment logs, communication records, transaction details directly linked to the intruder. The data streamed into his suit's storage, encrypted and secure. With the mission accomplished, Dex set explosive charges, a parting gift to ensure the facility's operations would be disrupted long enough to cripple Targon Ree's network. As he exited the building, the charges detonated behind him, sending a ball of fire and smoke into the sky, visible even from space. Back on his ship, Dex reviewed the data he had collected. The infiltration and battle had been a test of his new capabilities, and the success filled him with a cold satisfaction. Not only had he avenged a part of his past, but he had also disrupted a key node in the intruder's network. As he set the course for the next target, Dex felt the adrenaline of the battle subside, replaced by a steely resolve. The hunt was truly on, and he was the hunter no one could escape.